Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about energy and the different forms of energy. And this is a relatively easy concept. You're going to be doing this in grade 9 obviously. And yeah, let's start. So there is different forms or types of energy. There is kinetic energy, which you should be familiar with. Kinetic energy. There is heat energy. It can also be referred to as thermal energy. There is sound energy. There is electrical energy. And you'll be learning about all of these in grade 9. There's chemical energy. And there's potential energy. There are also other types of energy, but this is what you're going to be learning in grade 9. Potential. Um, so one rule that you need to know is that you may have already heard about this before. Energy cannot be destroyed. It cannot be destroyed or created. So what energy can do is transfer. So from kinetic it can become electrical, from electrical it can become heat, from heat it can become chemical. So it can be transferred. So destroyed, no. Created, no. But it can be transferred. Yes. So from kinetic from potential it can go to electric. From electric it can go to sound. From sound it can go to kinetic again, etc., etc. So it can only be transferred. So there's always a fixed amount of energy on Earth. Let me go more in depth about all of these energies, and we'll start with potential energy. So potential energy is just the potential amount of energy an object can have. So for example, if I'm holding, or if a book is on a table, so sorry about that, if a book is on a table, so let's just say this is a table, right? And if there is, let's make it interesting, if there's a red book on the table, on the edge of the table, let's say, it has potential energy because it has the potential to have all of these other energies, right? So when you nudge it off, it becomes kinetic energy because it's moving. So anyways, from potential we go to chemical. What chemical energy is, there we are. Chemical energy is energy you got from chemical process. So for example, all the equations, all the energy we get from our bodies from food, and there's a chemical reaction between glucose and oxygen, and this creates energy, and this we get chemical energy. Or if you look at batteries, any form of batteries is also chemical energy. So any form of batteries is also chemical energy. So chemical energy is the energy gotten from different chemical reactions. So in a battery there are chemical reactions taking place. Next we have electrical energy, which is quite simple. It's just energy gotten from electricity, which runs our daily life things like light, laptops, heaters, TVs, PlayStations, Xbox, etc. is all run through electrical energy. Now, the power is gotten from electrical energy, but then that energy could again be transferred into sound energy, or heat energy. For example, a heater, it starts out with electrical energy, but then once it gets going, it gets transferred into heat energy, and we get the room heated up. Same thing with kinetic. So I'm sure you have heard of those electrical cars. Now, once they start going, they run on electrical energy, but then that energy is also transferred into kinetic energy. Now, this is really simple, but you have to remember every kind of transfer of every transfer of energy, there's always always heat energy is lost. Heat energy is created. For example, anything. For example, if you're working on your laptop heats up, so heat energy. Anything where energy is transferred, heat energy is also present. So don't forget that this is also really important. Heat energy is always present. We also have sound energy, which is pretty obvious. It's a radio, for example, releases sound energy, or when a car brakes, it lets out heat energy because there's friction between the tires and the ground. But there might also be sound energy, etc., etc. Now, we come across a thing called efficiency. Um, and in a perfect world, everything would be 100% efficient. Efficiency. So, efficiency is how efficient the energy source is. For example, the amount of energy put in, the amount of energy put in, and the amount of energy gotten out. So, amount of energy gotten out. Amount. So, don't forget. Energy released, let's say. Energy released. So if it's extremely efficient, the exact amount of energy put in would be the energy released, and this is the type of energy. So so if there is 100% chemical energy put in, and if there's 100% chemical energy released, then it's extremely efficient. It's 100% efficient. But then obviously, as I said, there's always heat energy released. There is sound energy released. There might be kinetic energy released, but so that means it's not 100% efficient. For it to be, and nothing like cars is only like 20% efficient, because while burning fuel, there's heat energy, there's sound energy, all those energies are released, and very little of it is used for kinetic energy. So it is not very efficient, which obviously we are trying to improve. Anyway, so that's efficiency, which there's an equation for it, but you won't be using that in grade 9, so it's fine. Now, it's really important to be able to distinguish the different types of energy and what takes place, because that's going to be really important. You're going to get lots of worksheets, etc. So if I give you an example of, let's say, a radio, then you start off, there are two types of radios: electrical radio and radios that run on batteries. So let's start off with batteries. So first it's chemical energy, then it's electrical energy, because then the chemical energy transfers into electrical energy, which travels through all the circuits, and then finally you get sound energy. Obviously heat energy is also involved in there. So you need to know how to write this. So if you have an iron, let's say, the iron is run on electricity. So first it's electrical energy, then it's heat energy, and obviously there's also a bit of chemical energy in there, because the electricity is transferred into heat. And there's also sound energy. So you need to know how things, what kinds of energy are involved in different things. Yeah, and that's it.